Months later, that same stick is going for over $300. Basically a 3.3x jump in less than a year.
Right now, every single technological device you can think of is facing the same fate, the RAM crisis. Take a look at these two builds. They are the exact same. The one on the left was built exactly 3 months ago, and the one on the right is from today. The only difference between them is the RAM.
I'm sure by now you must have seen the countless headlines about AI data centers and their insatiable demands for energy and water.
RAM's a pretty important part of computers, and RAM's going to be about 3 times more expensive comparatively to what it was even last year or last month.
Black Friday apparently not good. One of the manufacturers we were talking with described it as a bloodbath in terms of sales, not in terms of people crowding the stores and fighting each other over things. But this time, big surprise, stuff is expensive and people can't spend lots of money on consumer products right now.
There was definitely price gouging on RAM that was not strictly necessary to
I never thought the AI is gonna take over.
I wrote this script in the last year of July. Because building a PC in Malaysia fucking sucks ass, bro. Especially when you try to find the newer parts and the broadest brands in the fucking greatest country in the whole world. Man, chances for you to find the newer parts is so rare. I don't know why. Because normally the shops also order from KL lah. But you know what the fuck is harder? Finding a pre-built PC that's past DDR4 RAMs. I know you can upgrade it. Even if they got it, it confirm will fuck away with their amazing price package with the
RTX 46.
Damn gila lah.
First thing you need to do is to count out your budget. How many kimchi you need to play 4D hentai while playing Valorant?
For every kill you get, I'll give you an ooh.
Alright, bet.
Oh my god, I'm so nervous.
Aw, you're adorable.
Oh.
Of course, you need to give yourself like a reality check lah. So let's say you're Discord mod.
The main thing you do is to moderate servers and talk to underage. But you could invest in more higher CPUs and RAM so you can talk to 10 egos at once.
Daddy isn't done speaking. You will come back here. Daddy demands you to come back.
Come back right here, or Daddy's gonna get really angry!
You can cut costs on something like a GPU or your motherboard. But I know there's a lot of people in the community that will hound on me if I don't mention about future proving.
I'm getting sick of this word when the people that's saying it don't even have a future. Be logic lah.
Not everyone could afford a mid-tier PC as well. We need it right now for... No joke, if you buy a PC that suits you, usually what you would do 10 out of 10 times is not upgrading it for the future. You'll want the new aesthetics, you'll want the newest fish tank case that can actually store fish. When it's time to upgrade, your PC parts will be outdated. In the end, you'll end up buying a whole new PC.
So take future proving as less as serious as you can. Focus on what you need for these 3 years.
If you're a casual PC gamer that play FPS games and a little bit of AAA games, the Ryzen 6000 series of GPUs will be enough.
Trust me when I say people are overvaluing GPUs.
You'd rather have a 4070 and a 4080 and have a C4 PSU that costs around 100 ringgit. A second-hand CPU with great cheese. I know that feeling, and I've been there before. But I'm just a Type-C genius. Buy what you need and what you can actually afford. Simple as that. Moving on now. Is actually picking a PC that fits your price range. Don't overspend on a PC product because everyone have a different option and uses for their need. I'll use myself as reference. I'm mainly an FPS gamer that also love to play AAA games. I'm a multimedia designer, which means I have to make a lot of designs and video editing stuff, but I also did a little bit of streaming here and there. For the CPU, I chose the Ryzen 5 7500F, Gigabyte Aorus B850M ICE, 32 gigs of RAM of Acer Predator Pallas 2, a second-hand Zotac RTX 3080, 10 gigabytes of VRAM, 1TB of Acer Predator GM7. For the case, I went for the Invasion D8000 MTX case, silver grade, first-person steampunk, 750 watts of PSU. I went for the air cooling option of Thermalright Peerless Assassin 120 SE. And finally, the MSI 27-inch 2K 180Hz IPS panel with a grand total of around 6,200 ringgit. It's a beast of a PC that can actually handle 4K editing smoothly. It serves me so well that it satisfies me every single day.
Now the thing you guys have been waiting for. I'm going to first talk about previews.
Don't get scammed when you found a pre-built PC with 4070 that's around like 4,000 ringgit. It's possible that they use the most cheapest motherboards that you can't even upgrade from, and it will probably overheat and kills your PC. Joking. But they do cut off the motherboard and the SSD to make the cost down.
I don't blame them. You win some, you lose some. Get what you pay.
There goes my apocalypse with fanboy. But if you're a nerd, a self-proclaimed IT professional, just don't choose this. The only exception that I've seen until now is the illegal pre-builds. They only sacrifice the SSDs, which is the most cheapest option that they can sacrifice. At the time, good motherboard selections, beautiful casings with the cable management, a RTX 4060 moving on. For the Penang Lounge, it's hard to find a local PC shop that can actually have your PC power. The pros of buying from local shops is that you don't get scared about the delivery damages, and you can actually just get it on the shop. Just straight up pick up from the store and you can just go home and use it. The cons are, they may not have the newest generation of parts that you want. Then mati lah. If you can't wait and you want better offers, then Shopee. The stores that I bought from are Just IT, Zotac, PS Store, and eBucket. These stores are the goats, man. The slash offers is like every Friday is Black Friday. I was able to save around 1,000 ringgit just to wait for offers like Cuci Ramadan, Raya sale. I bought every single piece one by one, and I was getting excited every time the parcel was delivered to my house. If I bought everything from the local store, they'll just say, oh, I don't have this, oh, we don't do this.
Or even overcharge me for building fee. What's really saved me more money and give me the value of the supercomputer from NASA is actually from second hand. A lot of people are afraid of second hand markets, and I cannot.
Scammers are everywhere nowadays. Later tell you to face and then kidnap you to go to Cambodia, or disguise the GTX 1050 with the RTX 4080 for just 1,000 ringgit. I was so scared as fuck when I first used Marketplace. There's just so many prices that you see you can get when you buy new. It's shady, it's tempting, but if you're scared and you don't want to take a risk, you can just buy it from the official stores and Shopee. I'll put all the store links in the description so you can just check it out. Now I'm gonna teach you how to navigate around Marketplace. It's easy, to be honest. What you need to check about first is the seller's history and reviews. Does the seller let you test it first? If no, do not buy it. You'll feel sauce if they're just taking product pictures without taking it with your actual phone. Look out if the sellers are using other sellers' pictures. Just look at the one with the great reviews and you'll think, okay. If you're lucky like me, you'll find a local shop. Mine is called AK Tech Solutions. At first, I thought it's like a third eye medal or something. I looked up the page on Facebook and Google. Seems legit, but then I found out they're selling the same thing but with different sales at different prices. But the pictures are all the same. I started to panic as imagining myself getting scammed. So I dug deeper into these different sellers. But it turns out, it's just the same seller in the same stores using a different account. 老天保佑. The pic seems legit. The GPU doesn't look dirty or rusty. So I hit him up. I asked him if the description they said is true. Then boom, let's jumba. So here's the most important part. What to check for a second-hand GPU. When I arrived at the shop, the first thing I checked was the fans, the thermal pads, the thermal paste. Is there any rust or is there any dent? The ports, and then the benchmarks. The seller will pull out Thermalright. This software stress tests the GPU. What you need to look out for is the temperature, FPS, 1% lows, the usage, the crashes, or the matrix on the screen. The test should be around 20 to 30 minutes to see how the GPU holds out. The ideal temperature on the idle usage is around 45 Celsius. If you got a higher around 50 Celsius, it's totally normal. Just remember, you are in Malaysia, especially in Penang. Every day you want to peel off the skin.
I don't like the way my skin feels on my body. Do you like the way your skin feels on your body? You don't? Why don't you pull it off? Pull off your skin.
So cool. But what's interesting about this PC tester is his PC tester is so old. The 6th gen CPU with no casing with a 1080p resolution monitor. So take it all in and do the calculations yourself. My GPU was able to go around like 70 Celsius on high usage, which is very cool. Since this card was around like 4 to 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about that.
Always ask what was the card used before, but luckily in Malaysia, the majority in the second market are just for gaming or the ones that are just seeking to upgrade, so they sell it. In my case, my GPU was used in a cyber cafe, which was one of the best scenario that I could ever ask for. After everything was checked out, I was satisfied with the results I was getting. It's just what I need to fit the CUDAs and the graphics for what I'm about to do.
What the hell was that?
I want to dedicate this session for the local shop. After everything was done, I was satisfied and ready to give my money away, but the seller told me to hold on to it first. He let me know that he could hold on to it first, and if I want to change my mind. Then he pulled out the holy grail, the RTX EVE 3080, bro. It was so much fun. I can't believe I see it. People will straight out trade their cards right now to get that one. Even let me play some games on that card. I'll play some FPX games on that card and I was sold immediately. He just had that vibe and aura that just say, you can trust me. And I can trust him. He has a dedication of PC building and making sure his stuff works. If you guys are interested, you can find it on his shop or on Facebook.
I just want to clarify that this video was not sponsored by anyone. I'm making this video for anyone who just want to build their first PC or just building PC in general. I know what that feels like.
Because when I first decided to build my own PC, I was bombarded with all these deals and offers and packs that I almost made the wrong decision.
Especially with some parts I can't even find on YouTube or Google. I went to PC Paprika to list out all the things that I want in my PC. It's so convenient in a way that it can calculate how many wattage that your entire build needs. So you don't need to second guess yourself, list down everything in your components that you wanted, and then boom, it'll let you know how many wattage is actually there, and you can just choose your PSU. I'll put a link in the description if you guys are interested in it. Alright, that's it for my yapping session. Let me know if this has been helpful for you, and I'll list out everything in the description so it's easier for you to not get scammed. I'll make a future PC part review if you're interested in that. Maybe you can subscribe. What? The betul decision. So, your wallet and otak won't suck it. Okay?
We need